Welcome to episode 91 of Apartment Hacker. This is Mike Brewer, and at Apartment Hacker, it is my mission to tease out human potential in the multifamily space. So it's interesting, I read a study over the weekend that talked about baby boomers exiting the labor pool. And over the course of the last, say since 2000, there have been roughly 10 million that have either retired and will be retiring in the coming 3 years. And so the study talked about how there would be a labor shortage as a result of all the baby boomers who are either exiting, retiring, or reducing the amount of hours that they put into work by the year 2020. And it talked about how this is putting a squeeze on industry, lots of industries, but specifically the housing industry and the multifamily industry as it relates to labor. That is, it is becoming more and more difficult to find labor, and it is becoming increasingly important to offer increased wages or increased benefits and perks that will attract the talent. And so my message is twofold. One, from an employer's perspective, and that is amp up your game. I think we've all seen it in the last 2 or 3 years. I can say here at Mills Properties, we've definitely seen it in the last 2 or 3 years where you get a squeeze on the maintenance technician and the leasing positions specifically. Get ready, amp up your game. You have to entice people to come to work for you. And I think things like culture are important, but things like compensation are going to be equally, if not more important, because you're just simply competing against somebody that is paying up out there. From the other side of that perspective, call that the employee side or the talent side, it's also a time for you to amp up your game. And that is to suggest that the talent out there is amping up their game every day of the week. Those people who put investment into their person and their profession are those that will be able to demand those bigger dollars and those bigger perks in the companies that are out there competing for you. So my call to action is twofold today. Companies, amp up your game, and employees or talent, amp up your game. The time is now to write your own ticket, and the time is now to collect all the talent you can. Because the coming 5 to 10 plus years in this industry are going to be hyper competitive with all the new inventory in the marketplace, all the inventory that has gone from, say, C to B and B to A minus. There is an increased housing stock out there, quality of housing stock, and there is an increased focus and emphasis on the talent that is running that stock. So take care, and we will talk to you again tomorrow.